Hi and welcome to my first look at Dirt 5. So Dirt 5 opened up for the Ultimate Edition, or whatever the hell they're calling it this time around, last night, and I must confess I ended up spending far more time with it than I initially intended, going to bed stupidly late, so that will get me in trouble today. And yeah, it's fun. But that's the easiest way of describing it. First impressions are it's fun. Fun comes with a few caveats, however, so let's get the bad stuff, so to speak, out of the way initially. So there are a couple of things. One is the career. It doesn't seem to have a great deal of structure around it. No, I'll say that's the wrong way of describing it. It's got a structure, it's fairly linear, it branches off a little bit and you get some choices, blah blah blah, that kind of thing. That works well enough. It's got some possibly inane story around it. I wouldn't know because I skipped past them, and thankfully you can skip past them. The guys from Donut Media are either your cup of tea or they're very much not, but thankfully it is all skippable. It's more a case of it seems to be doing the same thing for the most part repeatedly. You're either racing 11 other cars on ice, or you're racing 11 other cars and some dirt with the occasional bit of tarmac thrown in, repeat ad nauseum with the occasional different thing thrown in. So my reservation and concern there is that going to be too shallow in the long run, and is that going to get a bit wearing? But we'll have to see as far as that goes. Other issue is on a PS4 Pro, which is what I played it on. You basically got two visual options: prioritise graphics or prioritise frame rate. I tried prioritise frame rate, and you get some quite visible and frequent screen tearing as a result. Switch over to prioritise resolution, however, frame rate doesn't appear to take a hit at all, and the screen tearing is gone, so that's what I ended up using. And this one's a possible negative, but I don't think it is. Basically, don't bother with your wheel. Now, they have said that wheel support isn't going to be fully complete at launch, and my T300 works, but it's pointless, in all honesty. You can't apply lock quick enough. There's very few settings, if any, to adjust on it other than button bindings. And yeah, it's just not worth it. It's far more enjoyable as a title if you use a controller and chase cam, in all honesty, and that's pretty much what I did for my entire time with it, and it works perfectly well, with one exception which I'll come on to. You can throw the lock on, and it's so well implemented that you very rarely need to use the handbrake. You know, you can initiate a drift just by a very light lift of the throttle, apply full lock, bury the throttle, you drift around a corner. It's really easy, it's really intuitive. There's a little bit of hand holding on the counter steer, but even with all driving assists off, which is what this footage is, it's a doddle to get to grips with. It doesn't mean it's not fun. It is. Again, key word here, fun. It's a lot of fun to play. It looks really good as well. It looks far better than I thought it would. And in one way, which is the amount of particle effects that are thrown around, it actually reminds me a lot of Drive Club in that regard, and the amount of particle effects that got thrown around on that. But overall, it's a really solid looking title. Also sounds pretty good as well, which I'm pleased to say. And that downside on the steering. The one type of car that it doesn't appear to be well optimised for on the steering is sprint cars. They are just far too twitchy to be drivable with a gamepad, and I really couldn't be bothered to set the wheel up again and give them a go with that. So yeah, sprint cars are absolutely horrible in it, which is a shame, but they are. But just about everything else, really enjoyable. So it's got a photo mode for the first time, which is great. It's a really well implemented photo mode, and I'll put a separate video together on that as well, because it's worth doing. One thing I haven't been able to find, another negative, sorry, I only just remembered this one, is replays. haven't actually seen a replay button. Now, I may be being blind and stupid, and if somebody has found a replay button, please do point it down below, because I really want it. But no, haven't been able to find a replay, which means for photo mode, you are limited currently to just hitting the pause button at what you hope is the right time, which is far from ideal. So yeah, that's a bit annoying. Playgrounds is absurd fun as well, and there's a lot on that, and I'll be popping a video together on the Playgrounds mode as well. So, oh, and the livery editor that's in there. The livery editor, I must mention that, is quick and easy to put liveries together. They look reasonably good, and it's pretty well functional. So overall initial impression of Dirt 5 is good. The only outstanding caveat I have for it really is, what's its longevity going to be like, and is it going to be too shallow in the long run? But with the Playgrounds on it, I think that might make up for it. But overall, yeah, it's a really good, fun, solid arcade title, and it wears those arcade stripes with pride, as it should do. So yeah, jolly good fun, and I'll see how it pans out over the next week or so before I put a full review up. Thanks very much. If you've enjoyed this, please do hit the like button, and if you want to see more content of this sort, then please subscribe away and hit the bell icon to be notified when new stuff goes up. Thanks, take care, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.